So I thought it would be really cool to tell you guys this funny little story to help you guys with your midweek, or actually, well, it's not midweek, it's like beginning of the week. I thought it would be really cool to tell you guys because I know that when it is midweek or the beginning of a week, I usually like a good laugh, and I have a really funny story that I thought would be pretty cool for you guys. I know for me it happened like 2 weeks ago and I'm still laughing about it because it's just like so weird how it happened. But yeah, so I hope that you guys like this story. So I'm gonna just tell you guys what happened. So this is what happened. So I'm saying a lot of so's, I don't know why this is happening, but I went to Kmart like 2 weeks ago, and I went to Kmart, and I, like, anybody who knows me knows that I always have to use the restroom. Like, this is just a given. I always have to pee. Like, that's just my thing. I'm like composed of more than 80% of water, so it's like it's always just like going in, going out. So anyways, that's like too much information, but I'm always having to use the restroom. So I went to Kmart and I'm like, you know what, like I really gotta pee. So I told my sisters, can you guys come with me, because there's just like this thing that we do, like we go to the restroom with each other all the time. Like it is a code. We do this all the time. So I go to the restroom, and as soon as I walk in, there's this lady and she's like, hold on, don't go in there. And I'm like, why? What's in there? And she's like, there's a cockroach in there, and I really need to use the restroom, but I can't go because I'm freaking out because that thing's in there. That thing is in there, and I don't know what it is I'm gonna be doing. So I was like, all right, like, you know, like, what is that gonna do for me? Like, how does that affect me? But she's like, can you do me a favor? Can you watch this cockroach? I'm gonna use the restroom, and then when you have to go, I'll watch it for you. So I was like, you know what? I hate bugs. Like, this is just a perfect compromise, because I'll watch it for you, and then you can watch it for me, because I'm absolutely like terrified of bugs too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to dip and just pee on myself like outside if I can't go pee because of this cockroach. And she's like, yeah, please, because he's been looking at me and I'm afraid because I don't know if he's gonna run in there and I don't want to take any chances. So I was like, okay, so we've already established that first of all, it's a boy, because I mean she said he, so I'm like, how do you even know that it's a he? I don't know. I just know that it's in there and it's looking at me, and I'm like, okay. So she goes in there. Now I'm like there and I'm like staring this thing down, and it's like, all right, bug, it's either you or it's me. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna be watching you, and you better not go anywhere. So we made like this like little agreement. I was like, you know what, bug, like low-key, I won't kill you if you don't move anywhere, because it's gonna be ugly for me if you move. And then yeah, so it's just there. I'm staring at it. We're having like a showdown, like cueing that music, you know, the like that kind of music. Like that's exactly what was going on in the background. Like that was going on. I was staring at it, it's staring at me, and like it was weird, because anybody who knows like girls' restrooms are not clean, like at all. They're never clean. So there's literally like nasty toilet paper on the floor. There's those like little seat covers like all over the place. It's disgusting. So it like legitly like made its own little bed of cotton ball paper. It's making like its own thing of cotton ball paper, and it's like it's just there chilling, right? So I'm like, bro, this thing is just chilling. It's watching me. I'm watching it. Like, you know what? You in your crib, I get that. I'm over here just chilling. Like, I really need you to just stay there. Like, please just stay there. So it's there and it's watching me, and I'm like, okay, like we're good. Like this lady's in there doing her business. It's about to be my turn. I really gotta pee. Like I'm waiting, right? So I'm just like, okay. So then all of a sudden this thing like moves, like, I kid you not, like a quarter of an inch, and it's just like, I'm like, oh my God, like Lord Jesus, help me out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like this thing is just like, it's gonna ruin everything. So I'm like, okay, just stay there, don't move anymore, and we'll be fine. So this thing is just there, right? And I'm thinking, okay, like it just moved a little bit and that's it. Like it's not gonna move anymore. This lady's still peeing, and like she's older, so it's like taking her like a long time, right? So I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know what it is I'm gonna be doing. So then all of a sudden this roach like just jets, right? Like he jets, like I'm out, I'm bouncing. So it goes like right into that lady's stall, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm having a mental breakdown, because I'm like, what am I gonna do? This thing just moved, it went in there. I don't know if she saw it. I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on it, and it just went in there. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I need to tell her what's going on. So I tell the lady, like, ma'am, like, don't panic. But, like, the cockroach went in there, and she's like, oh, my God! And she's, like, screaming, right? And she's like, oh, my God, I see it. It's in here. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. Like, I'm, like, out here, like, freaking out because I'm like, I don't know what it is I'm going to do now at this point. Like, it's in the stall. Like, it's no longer my problem. Like, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I could just dip right now, and nobody's going to say anything because, like, I did my job for the most part. It went in there. Like, legally, my hands are clean on this. But no, I'm like waiting there and I'm like, okay, like I don't know what's gonna happen with this lady, right? So then she's like, oh my God, it's crawling up the seat! Like it's crawling up the toilet seat, right? Like the toilet stand thing. It's just crawling up there. So this lady like screaming, right? Like bloody murder. I bet you people are thinking like I did something to this lady. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta know what it is I'm gonna be doing. So she comes out and her pants are down, like everything is down, okay? Like I have seen the moon inside. I'm like, is it even possible, first of all, to see the moon inside a building? Like, it's a full moon too. Like, it is bright as day. I'm just like, oh my God, like I have no idea what it is I'm going to be doing. And she's like, I'm sorry, girls. Like, I didn't even have time to clean up or anything like that. Like, I didn't even clean myself. I'm like, okay, like, that's nasty. Like, okay, I kind of figured though, because like you screamed and I doubt you had time for any of that. So she's like, I'm going to go and complain because that is very unsanitary to have a cockroach in here. And like this Kmart has a Little Caesars like right next to it, like it's combined. So it's like right next door, right? So she's like, it's just unsanitary. It should not be happening. There should not be any bugs inside a store at all, period. So she's like, I'm about to go complain. So she's walking out, and mind you, her pants are still down. But she has like those tunic blouses that are like really cute where they're like long and stuff. And it's like a little dress, but you wear like leggings under it. So she has that on. So yeah, it covered up stuff. Like the moon went away, but it was like covered by clouds and stuff. That was a good thing. But there's another dilemma because she's like, can you just wash my purse? Because my purse is right there on the sink. So I'm like, oh my God, like I can't leave now. I can't leave. So I'm like, okay, yes, I will watch your purse. Mind you, I still have to pee. Like, there's still that, like, dilemma in my mind. I'm like, you know what, like, who cares about me, right? So I'm just like, okay, I'm watching her purse. And then all of a sudden, my mom comes in and she's like, you know that the lady went to go tell on you guys, right? Like, you guys are going to get in big trouble. Your dad's going to get mad. I'm like, okay, like, this legitly was not us. There's a cockroach that's in here. It's chilling right now. Like, I don't know where it's at. Like, it probably has, like, homies, like, down the little, like, the drain or the gutter or in the toilet. Like, maybe it knows TMNT, like, in real life. I don't know, but it's there. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We have to watch her purse and we can't leave, but I still have to pee. So there's, like, still that problem, right? So then the Kmart person comes in, and I'm guessing, like, she's, like, the store manager or something, because she has that little, like, ear headset thing in her ear, and she's like, oh, well, don't worry, like, we always get cockroaches because there's that drain right there, and they come in through the drain. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because this drain is, like, legitly, like, this small, and, like, it's like that grated drain where it's, like, a grate, and so there's, like, all these, like, little tiny circles. I'm like, there's legitimately no way that thing could have came out, because first of all, that thing's like this long, about this fat, and I'm like, it looks like it's from Mexico. Like, how in the world did this thing come out of there? So I'm just like, I'm looking at her like, you lying. But anyway, she's like, I just called in somebody, like they're gonna come in and they're gonna come kill it, right? So then the next thing I know, like this lady is coming in and she has a broom and a dustpan. So she walks in and she's like, okay, like I'm gonna need you guys to step out. And I'm like, okay, like I still need to go to the restroom. She's gonna kill this thing. Like I can go in worry free. Like I got nothing to worry about. So then she comes out and she's like, okay, it's dead. So I'm like, all right, it's dead. Like I'm good. Like I can finally go pee. Like no worries, no problems at all. Like praise God, I get to go in there. So then the next thing I know is I go inside and it is still there. Okay, it's under the sink. It's under the sink and it's just there, like in the corner. I'm like, never left. Like it's still there, okay? So my sisters are like, you know what? It's not in the stall this time, so you could still go. My sister's like, you know what? Go ahead, go in there. I'll watch it. Like, don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I can't hold it at this point anymore. So I go to the restroom. I pee. I'm like, is it still there? Yeah. Okay, so it's still under the sink. Like, we're still watching it, right? I'm like, oh my God, this lady is lying. Like, she said that thing was dead. It is not dead. So I go pee, right? I'm done. I did my business. But then I come out, and my sisters are kind of, like, farther away from the sink now. And they're like, oh, it crawled up the sink. So, like, now it's, like, on the actual, like, counter, like, the countertop of the sink. And I'm like, well, like, forget that. I'm not going to even wash my hands. I'm like, you know what? So I confess to you guys, I did not wash my hands when I went to restroom that day. But in my mind, I was like, you know what? Like, I didn't touch anything nasty or like get anything nasty on me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not gonna touch anyone. I'm gonna wash my hands as soon as I get home. But there is no chance that I'm gonna be washing my hands with that thing on there. I'm like, Eduardo, I will see you when I see you. I'm about to dip. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get my stuff and I'm gonna leave. So then we leave and that thing is still in there, right? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, either the lady was lying about not killing the roach, or she did kill it and like this family, like a roach just like came out. I was like, ooh, we gonna party now. Like, I don't know what it was, but we like legitly had that roach in there. So we get out and we're just walking, you know, like continuing our day in Kmart because we had to go get dog food, right? So we go get dog food and I see the lady again and she's like looking at me like you cross each other. She's like crossing me and I'm like looking at her like, okay, like I just saw the moon, lady, like you just helped me see the moon right now. And there was no eclipse, like this is like full moon, twilight, full moon, like it was, yeah. So anyways, so I see her and she like looks at me and I'm like, okay, like she's like, did they kill the roach? Because her voice was kind of like raspy and stuff. I was like, no, it's still alive in there. She's like, figures, and like keeps on walking. But I'm like, I don't know if I can like be friends with you now. Like I've seen you in a very different perspective. So that was the story. So like I said, I hope that you guys like this like midweek laugh. I hope that it helped you guys laugh. I know that for me it made me laugh. I was still thinking about it today and it's like, oh my god. Eduardo had a party in there. I'm just gonna let you guys know. But I hope that you guys liked the story. Give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and let me know if you guys have any other cool stories or have a cool story. I'm gonna try to tell you guys my stories as they happen and not hold them. But I thought it was funny. I was like, you know what? I can't keep silent about this. I just, like, I didn't know in my mind if I could release this story for the sake of that woman or for the sake of Kmart. But it had to be said. Like, I could not hold my silence anymore. So, like I said, I hope that you guys like this. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment down, like I said, any stories that you guys might have. Maybe you guys want to share it, but you guys are too embarrassed to say the story. I'll say your story for you. I won't say it was from you if you want to keep it, like, low-key. But I will be telling your story if you do want your story out there. Do not forget to subscribe so you guys can be informed and all this other stuff. My life is crazy, so you guys might want to see this. But, yeah. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week, and I will see you guys in the next. Bye!